take you being back as a sign at the back's all good? You're good to go.
All good.
Playing Friday, playing the preseason in general, do you have any strong thought one way or the other for a guy your state of your career?
Yeah, I don't have a, if the coaches ask me to go out there and play, I'm going to go out there and play. If they, sit me, I'll sit. But, I think we get most of our work in practice, and we do a good job of that, make sure we're competing and, getting game-like reps and walkthrough and, all that stuff. So, but, again, I'll do whatever the coaches ask me to do.
What's worked best for you, though, along those lines? How much is enough to get you ready?
You never know. Each year is different. I remember my first year, I played all preseason. Second year, I missed all preseason. Third year, played in one game. No, I played one game, 10 snaps, and that's it. And then year after that, we didn't have preseason. Then last year, I played 10 snaps in the last game. So, I think it's the way you get adjusted to the game. Again, you always want more. You always want, to be like physically ready. And that's why I try to do as much, in practice and, as far as conditioning and all that stuff. Just getting in football shape, you don't really get that much, anyway. And if you do play in the game, you don't really get many reps as well anyway. So a lot of pre-game stuff and a lot of during practice stuff is when you kind of get most of your work in.
Do you almost gain more out of like the joint practices you guys are
You do. You do. Again, it's more game-like reps, a lot of ones versus ones, heavy competition and stuff like that. In the games, people don't want to show too much, for the regular season and stuff like that. So, but the joint practices will be, a good time for us as well to, get those game-like reps.
So, can you, as one of the leaders of this team, what has been your message to the guys as you get ready for the season with all the uncertainty at quarterback right now?
I mean, defensively, we have the same mindset no matter who's at quarterback. We have to do our job. We have to go out there and execute. And as long as they don't score, they don't win. So we have to be able to rise up to that challenge that we put on ourselves every year. Not that this year's being any different. We just have to hold ourselves to a higher standard. And for us to be an elite team, an elite defense, and a championship defense, we have to keep raising the bar.
Second year, 17-game regular season schedule. I know it's only one extra game, but that's a big, addition. How have you adjusted preparing for the season with that extra game, having gone through it now?
Yeah, like you said, it's only one extra game, but it is one extra game, and just preparing your body for it, your mind. You want to say it's a marathon, but it's not really a marathon. It's a sprint. It's a 17-game sprint, though, and you understand that. So, you understand what you got to do to take care of your body and, the outside of the building or, the rehab in the building, all that stuff. It all matters. So we're big on that here, with the recovery room and all that stuff and guys getting in and getting their bodies in order. So we understand that it's a 17-game season, but, you got to be ready to play each week.
How important is the speed that you guys have at linebacker to what you're trying to do defensively?
Yeah, I think the game is a lot different. I was watching a 2011 game, and it was like a lot of two-back and, a lot of three tight end sets. And I'm like, now some teams run 10 personnel, 20% of the time, which is unheard of in NFL football. But, just the speed of the game and, a lot of sideline to sideline, linebackers in today's game, and you got to be able to do it all.
Is that fun when you have that? You and Jacob,
Yeah.
JFK running around like that?
Yeah, you got guys flying sideline to sideline, racing to the ball. I'm big on that. They always try to say that, I'm not one of the fastest linebackers. But every year I'm always, first or second on my team in tackle, so I'm doing something right.
Linebackers used to have the big neck rolls.
Yeah, my head coach, Pat Fitzgerald, at Northwestern, he had a neck roll, so I still don't know how he played with it, but he was a monster, so one day I'll probably pull it out for him.
Anthony, you've gotten to work with Jacob Phillips very closely these last couple of years, I guess. Just what have you seen from him, and what has that competition been like maybe between the two of you?
Yeah, just the confidence he's gotten. He loves the game of football. He prepares like it's his last day every day, and you can do nothing but respect that. He takes everything, coaching and everything very well, and he wants to learn more. And as a younger guy, just gaining his confidence. He's missed a lot of time the last 2 years, but he's just gaining more confidence in himself and his speed, in his game. And then once you get, and obviously he's already had the playbook down for so long, so now he's just out there flying around making plays.
Seems like you guys have ton of juice. Like on the sidelines, you guys are having fun whooping it up. Like, is that something that's developed over time, or is that something that's just been there and hasn't been shown? Like, where is that coming from?
I mean, me and Jacoby was talking about that the other day. You know, I know in Indianapolis, we used to do that every day, and that was just the competition that we had. You know, offense versus defense. Obviously, we want to just help each other get better. At the end of the day, you don't want nobody getting hurt or anything, but that fiery competition every day, all it does is raises both sides to the top. So we pride ourselves on that as a defense, you know, getting after each other, you know, when everything is going right and also when everything is going wrong. You know, you got to have that juice, that energy, and, you know, we have the guys that really, you know, you got to love each other. You got to love being around each other, and I think we've created that brotherhood here.
Do you think that's changed from last year? Like, do you think that now it's more than it was?
I think the only thing that's changed is COVID, so everybody's actually cool with hugging and touching each other now, so that's all it is.
Hey, how much of these built-in days off help you with recovery?
Yeah, definitely. You kind of, you know, Coach Kevin always talks about the blocks. You know, the four-day block, 3-day block. You know, and getting your mind right for what you have to do. So, you know, during the 3-day block, you know, first day of practice, the second day, then third day, I know I'm getting an off day. So, you know, what am I doing? You know, in the recovery room the day of the off day, the day before the off day, you know, all that stuff. And, you know, I think we got a great plan with these guys. They do a great job with Kevin and the training staff and everybody like that. So getting the right lifts in, the right recovery, and then obviously the right amount of work on the field.
Anthony, you've had some time with Joe Woods now. What's your assessment of him after this time, you know, playing for him?
Yeah, very versatile. Very knowledgeable of the game. So, you know, the different packages that he likes to do and all that stuff. You know, obviously a lot of mix-ups and stuff for the offense. But at the end of the day, he's the same guy every day, and that's all you can ask for in the defensive coordinator. You know, throughout the highs, the lows of the season, he's the same guy every day with the same message. And at the end of the day, he does a great job of putting us in a position to make plays.
Do you think he could be a head coach someday, and if so, why?
Oh yeah, no doubt. And like I said, it all goes back to being the same guy every day. And that's as a player, you do nothing but respect the coach that's like that. You know, no matter how good things are or bad things are, you know, you can have the same guy, consistent message, consistent attitude every day. That's what you look for.
Anthony, with all the questions and uncertainty with the quarterback, and it seems like the day-to-day wondering, is this the day? Is this just old
Yes.
for you guys?
Yes. Like I said, we don't worry about that. We come in here, we work every day, and that's what we can focus on. All we can do is control what we can control, and that's how we come out and work. That's how we come out and get better each day at practice, meetings, study, doing walkthroughs and stuff like that, studying our playbook. That's what we can control, and everything else will take care of itself.
Has Kevin mentioned anything about what the plan is down in Jacksonville? Going down the
Yeah, he's talked to the leadership council about it. You know, I think we have a great plan, and you know, that he's put together.
How have you seen Greg grow in year 2?
Just that confidence. You know, I remember last year during training camp, I was telling him, like, dude, like, I need to see that, you know, the Greg from Northwestern. And, you know, obviously since that day he's clicked on and he's been ready to go ever since then. And, you know, as you see every day out here competing, you know, probably one of the best, you know, in the game right now. So he's getting better each day.
He talks about wanting to be known as elite.
Yeah.
Like, do you see that desire in him?
No doubt, every day. That's his mindset every day. You know, that's why he goes against the best every day. You know, obviously that room is very, very competitive, and, you know, he's trying to, you know, become one of the leaders in that room. So he's definitely taking that next step.
We talked about how defense has changed, right? You guys have so much versatility, and in the back end, there's guys that can do so many different things. And people sometimes throw out the phrase positionless football. What do you think when you hear that phrase? Is that something that we're seeing more and more, you think, in NFL defenses?
Yeah, you're starting to see that a lot more, actually. You know, guys that hybrid position, that safety, dime, will linebacker, you know, pretty much anybody being able to line up if we need them to plug and play at different positions. I think we all have a good nucleus that can do that. You know, and we have guys like Greg that can slide inside and outside. You know, guys like John that can play free safety, strong safety. You know, JOK, you know, he thinks he can play cornerback if he wants to, but, you know, he got so many versatility, you know, within our defense. It makes us very, very dynamic and also just, you know, scary to game plan for.
And when you see a guy like Martin Emerson, the way he's
Yeah.
built, you know, Jeff Howard was saying sometimes he looks at him and thinks he looks like Ronnie Harrison. When you see a guy like that, what do you think of that body type?
Yeah, but also he can run, and he can cover, speedy receivers as well. So I'm excited. I'm excited for MJ. He does a good job of studying and learning, and he's made some plays that outside of just natural ability that he really thought about what could happen, and that's why I told him. I said I was more impressed with that than just the physical abilities. When you can think the game through as well, that puts you at another level.